Hey, what's going on? Luke here. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about Jake Trbojevic. Now, the news came out yesterday while the footy was on. It came out that Jake Trbojevic is going to be missing State of Origin Game 2 in 2021. Now, this is obviously disappointing, but at the same time, the New South Wales side it's so strong that it doesn't really matter too much to me. Now, I've got to say it is a shock because it's not like you're injured in a game or anything. It kind of just came out of the blue. Apparently a bit of a training mishap. So, like I said, it was a little bit unexpected. Not a little bit, it was definitely unexpected. And I think New South Wales will definitely miss Jake Trbojevic. At the same time, though, if you're going to be missing any players, I think he might be one of those players that you could replace. Now, look, the forward pack for the Blues was super strong in Game 1, and I think in Game 2, with or without Trbojevic, I think they'll be just as strong. And I think your natural replacement, I think, is Angus Crichton. I think he can come in. I don't know if he'll be a straight replacement in the sense that he'll come in and be a starting prop, but Liam Martin can play prop. And obviously Angus Crichton has done it in the past and played a little bit of prop. So I think you can chuck some of those players in the middle and I think they do a job for you. And I think the rest of the forward pack as a whole is just super strong and I think they get the job done. Also, you have other options like Regan Campbell-Gillard has been quite good for the Eels as of late. And also like David Clemmer, he's been there and he's done it before. He's not in great form for the Knights, but you know what you're going to get with Clemmer. You're going to get a guy who puts in a lot of effort, he's aggressive, and he's kind of that sort of origin player. Another option for me is you can move Tarek Sims into the prop position and potentially move in another second rower. Obviously, Angus Crichton is the obvious one. But yeah, for the Blues, plenty of options to work with. It's not like a situation in the past where we're like, oh man, who do we pick? I don't know who to pick. No, we know who to pick now. And if we don't know exactly who we're going to pick, it's because we've got so many good options. Now, like I said, Jake Trbojevic would definitely be missed. I feel like he's not going to be one of those guys who's like an obvious miss. Like, you probably watch the game and you don't really notice him too much. Obviously, he makes some pretty damaging tackles and you know, he's pretty consistent. He gets through a lot of work, takes those little shitty runs, but there's stuff that you probably don't look at. You know, like he's not running over players and he's not making line breaks, but it's probably just the little things that we're going to miss. And is that going to be a big deal going into Game 2? It could be, but I just don't see it being too big of a problem. I think the forward pack is still going to be so much better than Queensland. And I will say for Queensland, though, Josh Papali being back is definitely going to be a big in for them. Kalen Ponga I thought was going to be back, but obviously he's not going to be ready for Game 2. So look, the Queensland side is going to be better, but it's not going to be that much better. Like, I think it's only going to be marginally better. The first game was in Queensland, so even the whole home crowd advantage didn't really play too much of a part in Game 1. Obviously played no part, but I just think sort of it took out the confidence for Queensland going into Game 2 because I feel like everything was like, oh, well, if they win Game 1, they're definitely going to win Game 2 because of the home crowd. And then all of a sudden, New South Wales towel them up in front of a home crowd, and it's like, well, where's that home crowd advantage now? Because it didn't happen in Game 1. It's going to happen in Game 2. I don't think so. I think New South Wales will run straight over the top of them, and I think whoever comes in for Jake Trbojevic, I think they'll play well. For me personally, I would just go with Liam Martin starting, and then I'd bring in Angus Crichton off the bench, or even either way, you could bring in Angus Crichton, move Tarek Sims, whatever you want to do. Plenty of options for Freddie, and it's so nice to sit here and say that there's actually some options for the Blues, considering some of the teams we've had in the past, and even the props. They'd come in, they'd play a couple of games, and then the next series would have a complete different set of props, and then the next series after that would be a completely new set of props, and none of them were particularly that impressive. So yeah, it is nice to have a bit of quality in the forwards for the Blues. I know in the past the forward pack's always been pretty strong for the Blues, but just in terms of the actual prop position, it's always been a position I feel like we haven't really been able to settle on. And even now, I guess, we still haven't really settled on it. Clemmer's been in and out. Campbell-Gillard's been there. You got Junior Paulo, I think, who will actually be the starter. Actually, I think the person who might end up starting, I think it might be Payne Haas. I think he'll come into the starting side, and he'll be damaging. He was so good in Game 1. I don't know if you want to disrupt things and end up sort of, I don't know, disrupt the bench, like change the rotation, but at the same time, Payne Haas, he can play huge minutes. He is super effective, and I know at the Broncos, it doesn't always look that effective. I know he has great stats, but I've seen a lot of people talk about his goal line defense and just in his general play for the Broncos, but at the same time, he's playing in a shit Broncos side. Like, the Broncos are absolutely terrible. There's no two ways about it. They're coming last for a reason, but Payne Haas is definitely not that reason, and in Game 1, he was fantastic. So I can see him starting, him with Junior Paulo, and then on the bench, they just go with something different. Maybe Liam Martin, I was saying he was going to start. I don't think he starts. I think it's Payne Haas or Junior Paulo. So Liam Martin stays on the bench. And then it's sort of also also works out that little situation where they're going, well, we kind of want Angus Crichton in the side, but we don't really want to disrupt the side. So now that's sort of been answered for them. JT is out. Angus Crichton comes in my opinion. Leave in the comment section below. Who would you pick to replace Jake Trbojevic? For me, it's a pretty easy one. I think Angus Crichton comes in. But yeah, there might be some other options. Like I said, Clem is there, Campbell Gillard. If they want to go straight up for a prop, maybe you go for one of those guys. But for me, Angus Crichton it is. So leave in the comment section below. What are your thoughts of this? Do you think Jake Trbojevic is a huge loss for New South Wales? Who do you think will replace him? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway guys, that's how I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also make sure to turn on the notification bell. It's super important that you do so. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Use the notification bell. Be notified immediately. Get a little notification on your phone or whatever device you're going to use. And click on the video, watch it, leave a like, leave a comment, do whatever you want to do. But make sure you use the notification bell. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke on YT for the most part. It's Mr. Luke just for Facebook, but for everything else, Mr. Luke on YT. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and stay tuned for more content on the channel. I'll see you next time. See yous.